Yes, people. We're back again with another episode of the finished article, All Things Wrestling. Today we're reviewing NXT Takeover 36, which was on Sunday, the night after SummerSlam. As I said in the last video, we were going to cover this in the last video, but the video obviously would have been too long, so we split it into two. Without further ado, though, I'm going to bring on my boy. Here we go. Yes, peeps. Shaz is in the house.
Too sweet, boys. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
What's happening, bro?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, man. We'll kick things off as we normally do, bro, on these videos. You know how it goes, bro. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Show us some love on the channel. If there's anything that we've spoke about or we've missed, give us a shout on the comments. Let us know. You can always hit us up on Twitter. Our official ones are here, and the official ones are at the bottom, and our personal ones are here in the corner. Get at us and let us know what you want, what type of content you want to see us do, and we'll get that out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, fam. Let's do this. So I'm going to get the pre-show match out of the way, Shaz, because I didn't even watch it. I'll be honest, I didn't even watch it. It was Ridge Holland after returning in NXT. He fought Trey Baxter, who I believe was one of the members of the Breakout tournament. He was part of the Breakout tournament on NXT. Ridge Holland won. I'm guessing that would have been a squash match because there's not much about the match on here. Ridge Holland is a former rugby player. That's why he's built like he is. Then we went on to the main show. The first match was the $1 million championship match. LA Knight, the champion, versus Cameron Grimes with Ted DiBiase. I don't know if you caught this match, Shaz. Did you catch it?
No, this match I didn't catch.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. So it happens, bro. It was actually a really good match. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed this feud.
Yeah.
And I'm quite upset it's finished because I enjoyed seeing the $1 Million Man. I was really hyped up to have the $1 Million championship back because it's such a nostalgic title to bring back. And to bring it back on NXT to give to a young talent, it is the right way to do it. I mean, if they brought it back on Raw or SmackDown, it'd probably be given to John Cena or someone like that. And you wouldn't want to see that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Ted DiBiase got involved towards the end. I believe Cameron Grimes tried the $1 Million Dream a few times through the match, but he didn't pull it off right, or LA Knight got out of it. But towards the end of the match, LA Knight got put in the original $1 Million Dream by Ted DiBiase, and then got thrown back in the ring. The match finished. LA Knight's your new champ. I don't know if you caught NXT this week, Chaz.
I haven't had a chance to catch up. I watched Raw, but I haven't watched NXT yet.
So basically, this whole storyline with the $1 Million Man's basically finished at NXT this week on Tuesday. Yeah. It's nothing major. He goes out into the backstage area with Cameron Grimes. Ted DiBiase gets into the limo. They say something about all good things have to come to an end. Cameron Grimes says, "This is your legacy. I don't want to take the title." Gives him the title back. Then Ted DiBiase puts it down, and he gives him a title, which is obviously looks the same, but it's a replica. So he's bought one from the merchandise store and give him that, and then he drives off. It was a really funny way to end it. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's like, here's your moment.
I like how they bring the humor into it. It was really good. It's really going to be interesting to see where Cameron Grimes goes next. I think now will be the right time to push him to the main roster because he's got a lot of momentum behind him from that feud with LA Knight, and obviously the crowd were already heavily behind him before that anyway. What are your thoughts, though, Shaz, on the whole storyline between Cameron Grimes and LA Knight?
Well, here's my take on this. So actually, you brought up a valid point about the the $1 Million Championship. Some of the talent on the main roster that we've been talking about over the last couple of episodes, if people have been tuning in, that would be a good title for these guys to compete for, because it gives them an incentive to be on the card, if that makes sense. With regards to this storyline, I checked out the preview. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to watch it, but I can always replay it. It's not a problem. But judging by what you've said and from what I've read, it was a great match. And like you said, it's good that they closed the segment out now, because it gives Cameron Grimes a chance to go out and get tested on the main roster, hopefully.
Yeah. I hope that's what happens next, bro.
Yeah.
I hope we see him on the main roster now.
Absolutely. Yeah, true.
I think after this, we went into, what match was it? All right, yeah, it was the women's title match. Raquel Gonzalez defending against her former best friend, Dakota Kai. Now, before we get into this, I saw this coming, bro. You know, when they were in the ring doing the promo on NXT?
Everyone does.
No, on NXT, when you saw the promo, they're saying, oh, there's no one else that can beat me and all that.
Yeah.
I knew straight away that Dakota Kai was going to turn on her in that moment, and she did exactly what I knew she was going to do.
Bro,
and that's the problem with WWE. It's too predictable. Even NXT at sometimes is too predictable.
Dakota Kai has a history of turning on her opposition, because she's done this previously before. Yeah.
We've just got a comment popping up. Idris, hi.
Nice one, Idris.
Idris, appreciate you tuning in, bro. Appreciate you leaving the comments. This match didn't go, any other way than what anyone would have expected. Gonzalez, retaining. I believe at the end of the match, someone came out. What's she called? The former NXT UK champion.
Ray.
Yeah, Kaylee Ray came out. So that obviously that's where they're taking it. Kaylee Ray is going to be going for the title next. Now, this next match, bro. This next match was on another level, bro. Walter defending the UK NXT Championship versus Ilja Dragunov, bro. I said this before that part one of this match, the first time these two fought on NXT in the UK was absolutely amazing. If you've not seen the first match between Walter and Dragunov, go check that out. That was an amazing match. And the second one was nothing short of the same. It was absolutely amazing. Walter threw everything he could at Dragunov, and I mean everything. Power bombs, bloody claws, everything, man. He chucked everything at this guy. I think even at one point, Walter went to the top rope and hit a frog splash, and he still didn't win. So we now have a new NXT UK champion in Dragunov, and that is well deserved. I think Walter held it for close to nearly 3 years, I believe. That's close to like 700-800 days, I think it was. I'll just have to double check that. Give me a second. I'm just going to double check that. 870 days. 870 days as the NXT UK champion, man. I want to say that again. 870 days. Do you know what I mean? That's a long time to hold a title, people. A long time. WWE don't usually let people hold a title that long. That's just mad. And I'm bringing it up at the bottom. 870 days. That is mental. But yeah, I mean, Walter deserved that long run. He held down NXT UK for a very long time, even before the pandemic and during it, and after we've come out of it slowly at this point, coming out of lockdown. He's had a tremendous reign. He's beaten some of the best challengers that you could put in front of him from NXT. The only thing I was disappointed in is the Undisputed Era versus Imperium. It's just unfortunate that it came at the time of the start of the coronavirus. So the two teams couldn't cross into the UK or America or vice versa, whatever. And they had to put that on the back burner. Now, Imperium's obviously lost a member in Wolf. He's been released by WWE. Undisputed Era got disbanded for whatever reason, and now Bobby Fish has been released. It's just crazy with the way that they're dealing with the talent down there. Apologies on Shaz not being here. He looks like he's got an important phone call, so he'll be back with us shortly. Hopefully, not too long. Hats off to Dragunov and Walter. They put on a clinic, brilliant match. Dragunov took away the NXT title, NXT UK title, apologies, from Walter for the first person to beat him in 870 days. That's just another crazy stat from WWE. Next off, the next match was probably the match I was looking forward to the most on this card. Besides the main event of Joe and Karrion Kross, this was the match I was looking forward to. Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole in the undisputed finale. 2 out of 3 falls. I believe the first fall was a normal wrestling match, then it was a street fight, and then it went to a steel cage. These guys, every time they get in the ring, whether it's as a team or as enemies, they always pull off a great match. And this match was probably one of the best on the card. I think it was hard to top what Walter and Dragunov did, but these lot did it well. To come after that match, you would have had to put on a really good show, and these lot did really well to come out after that Dragunov and Walter match and put on a great show for us all. Big shout out to these guys. I'm still quite upset that the Undisputed Era got disbanded, but this is WWE, innit? What more can you expect? WWE do these stupid things. They split up stables, they split up tag teams, like we spoke about yesterday. They just do these crazy things, and I don't understand why. But this match, I really enjoyed it. The pinfall for the first fall where Kyle O'Reilly won, I thought it was very clever to do it without having a finishing move. It was just a quick roll up on a counter of the Panama Sunrise. I thought it was brilliant because normally at every fall you have a finisher and then the guy's out cold. But they played this really well. They played it clever. They did things a little bit differently in that fall, and I thought that was really well worked. The second fall, street fight, Adam Cole was bound to win. He's the heel. He's going to use as much, all the tools in his arsenal. He's going to use all the tools around the ring to get the win, which he did. Another brilliant match between these two. What can I say? I think I'll speak on it a bit later because I know Shaz wants to talk about it as well. But this was Adam Cole's last match, and his contract's now due to finish. So is it Adam Cole, baby, or should we say bye-bye? Do you know what I mean? Adam Cole could be on his way anywhere now. He's left WWE. His contract finished, I think it was yesterday or Monday. His contract was over. And from what I've heard, he's not re-signed. If he has re-signed, it's very tight-lipped. No one knows about it. What I would have liked to see is Adam Cole go onto the main roster, but on his own, he would get lost in the shuffle like Finn Balor did. It would have been good to see the Undisputed Era go on to Raw, destroy Raw, do the same on SmackDown. But what is next for Adam Cole? The way I see this is he's going to turn up in AEW. There was a lot of talk that he was going to turn up yesterday. He didn't turn up, from what I believe. I didn't watch AEW, but I don't think he turned up at AEW yesterday. There's still a possibility he could turn up on Rampage or next week. Because his contract's expired, he doesn't have a no-compete. Welcome back, stranger.
Welcome back.
But yeah, I was just saying, bro, Adam Cole, he doesn't have a no-compete in his contracts now because his contract's finished. So because the contract's expired, he doesn't have to be held to a 90-day no-compete or a 30-day.
Apologies, I had to jump out. But I have to say, I think we both saw this coming.
Yeah, no, of course. And I was just saying, I mean, it makes perfect sense for Adam Cole to leave WWE. And I'll tell you why, bro. Because NXT was his playground, bro. He ran NXT. Whilst they were in the Disputed Era, he ran NXT, right?
He
and
is NXT.
he's never going to get that opportunity to do that on Raw and SmackDown, okay? If he gets pulled up to Raw or SmackDown, or brought up, sorry, he's going to be mid-card. He's going to be IC title, USA title, or maybe even a tag title run. He's never going to get a world title. He's going to get lost in the shuffle. So for me, Adam Cole leaving NXT after he's done it all, he's a Grand Slam champion down in NXT. He had an amazing run. And I don't think he'll have any regrets for being in WWE for the time he was, because he absolutely ran NXT.
No, for the time,
now is the perfect
NXT,
time for him, bro. Now is the perfect time for him, bro, to leave and go to AEW, because that's where his girlfriend is, and she's the AEW Women's Champion, Britt Baker. And Adam Cole turning up there, it's just going to be mad, bro.
So let me jump in. So I was actually going to say, basically, I've actually enjoyed the fact that he's come in and actually smashed on NXT. For me, I'd call him Mr. NXT.
Oh, 100%. There's no one.
I don't think
no one that had a reign like Adam Cole in NXT, bro.
No, that's true, and that's why I said he doesn't need to go Raw or SmackDown, because we all know he's not going to get utilized there. And actually, you know what? For you guys that tuned in, I was actually watching last night's episode of AEW. Believe it or not, that's how much I enjoyed it.
Nice, my man's getting into AEW now. I'm liking it, bro.
I skipped it.
What I want to do, bro, is I want your opinion on this number, bro. 870 days. That's the length of time Walter held the NXT UK Championship until he lost it to Dragunov at NXT Takeover 36.
Impressive.
I don't think I've seen a title reign that long in WWE since I've been watching.
Well, who is it? I think the only one that I've seen longer was Bruno Sammartino, who held it for I think 900 plus.
I mean, the nearest one recent, like nowadays, like our era, would have been CM Punk, like 400 and something. 400. Yeah, so and this is near enough double that, bro. Look at it, bro. It's just mental, bro. That's just crazy, man. But the last match on the card, obviously, we need to speak about it. NXT Championship, Karrion Kross defending against Samoa Joe. I was up for this match. I really like Joe. And Shaz put this there. Joe. Yeah. Joe's going to kill you, yeah? This was Samoa Joe's first match in roughly about a year in WWE.
Yeah.
Because whilst he was on Raw, he was a commentator. Then he got released. He came back. He was the general manager or whatever on NXT for literally a couple of weeks before he ripped that contract up and got back in the ring, which I knew this was going to happen when he came back and Karrion Kross got in his face, and the whole point was provoke me and then I can hit you. He was waiting for someone to provoke him and do this, bro. Now what I wanted to touch on, bro, is Karrion Kross for a couple of different reasons. Okay, so Karrion Kross, as we know, I'm really upset with the way they used him on Raw, lost to Jeff Hardy and all that, right? But let's say that he didn't go to Raw. He didn't get beat by Jeff Hardy. He stayed on NXT for up until TakeOver 36.
Yeah.
And his first loss and losing the title would have been to Samoa Joe. That would have been more of an impact for Samoa Joe. It would have been a better storyline for him to have lost to Samoa Joe than just a random match on Raw out of nowhere. And I don't know if you caught him on Raw. He had a match on Raw, so it looks like he's been called up to Raw right now. I don't think he's going to be back on NXT. He came dressed really weird. I don't even know how to explain it, bro. Have you seen the pictures or
Yeah, I saw them. I was confused.
Yeah. Now, another thing about Karrion Kross is since the start of his gimmick, so since before his injury, before he won his first title, he was always accompanied to the ring by Scarlett. And for some reason, just recently, even on NXT, Scarlett's been, nowhere to be seen. And even on Raw, she's missing. And I don't get that, because that whole storyline was her controlling Karrion Kross, his anger, and now he's got no one. So his whole
Loose
storyline's
cannon.
just gone, bro.
So have they released her, or is he? Where is
I
she?
don't actually know. Maybe she's injured. Maybe they're gonna repackage her. I've
Yeah,
no
but
idea,
she's
bro.
weird. This is. I think I know myself and Chaz touched upon it. So as Chaz said, in fact, you know what? That statement you just said about him losing to Samoa Joe makes absolutely perfect sense, because what you've just done is you've actually ruined the moment and the hype,
Yeah.
because you've had him go on to Raw. I believe it's twice. He lost to Jeff Hardy, and he lost to what's his name?
Right. I was just sorry, bro. I was just reading some little news bits about Scarlett. So there's a little bit here. She recently worked a dark match on SmackDown in June against Shotzi Blackheart.
Okay.
Let's have a look. She never wrestled on NXT. She was always a manager, weren't she? So she never really wrestled.
I never saw her wrestle.
It's not even a rumor. It just says she's the real life partner of Karrion Kross. I didn't actually know they were together. I just thought that they were put together as a on screen. I didn't realize they were actually together off screen as well.
Which probably makes sense
but
about why
the
chemistry is so good.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. They've got good chemistry, and that's another reason why I feel it being really weird that she's not there. Now, it's saying there's no official reason for her being absent apart from that she has not been cleared. Now, I don't know if that's due to injury or illness. It doesn't really state. It just says she needed to take time off television for an unknown reason. So maybe she's having personal issues or family issues. So that's understandable. You know what I mean? It's understandable that she's going through personal things that she needs to be away from work and off TV. And that's, do you know what I mean? And hopefully everything's all right. Hopefully nothing's too major. And hopefully we see her back on NXT or Raw now with Karrion Kross.
Very true.
But yeah, man, I spoke about all the matches whilst you were on that phone call, Shaz. I'll let you go through them as well, because I know you wanted to talk about the undisputed finale between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. So I'll let you touch upon that, bro.
Basically, I was actually, that for me was the match of the night, the 203. For me, absolutely enjoyed the rivalry between these two. I might as well bring up the title again. Basically, I enjoyed this because I think this is a feud from back in the Undisputed Era. And you know what? It's probably a culmination of the fact that they were a great faction. And as they all say, all good things come to an end. But you know what? One thing, when I put this title up, Adam Cole had this in the bag. So all he had to do was escape the cage. But Adam Cole being the talent he is, he wanted to be spectacular. And you know what? Fair play to the guy for putting it on the line. And you know, even though he lost, I still think it's a win for him because he's left his legacy on WWE.
He's left a great legacy in NXT,
and I wouldn't say bye-bye. I would say bigger and better things to him.
Yeah, I think he's going to move on to... Do you know what? I wouldn't even say AEW would be a good move, because right now AEW have too many wrestlers.
Yeah,
they've got too many stars that need that TV time to.
I didn't know. You know what? I didn't know, because this is my amazement with AEW. The best bit was I'm nostalgic because JR's doing commentary. Then I see the Big Show, and I'm like, no, what's going on here?
Which episode did you watch? Rampage.
Yeah, which Rampage? It was
the one where CM Punk debuted last week.
Yeah, so I watched the whole episode.
Right.
Basically, for those that don't know, I can't watch episode by episode. I just watch whatever's on, and then I'll backtrack. But
the guy's just very random. He picks.
And you know what? I actually had a tear in my eye when I watched the CM Punk stuff, because it was like, shit, man, that just nostalgic hit.
Bro, that was emotional, bro. That was emotional seeing CM Punk come back.
It made me tear up a little, which is fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's fair, bro. It's fair, bro. I mean, if you watch the show, there's a guy in the crowd literally crying.
Yeah, I saw that
as well.
I feel you, bro.
And CM Punk was actually on Dynamite as well this week, yesterday.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
And his promo there was another great promo. Right at the start, the crowd were chanting whilst Tony Schiavone was asking him a question.
He was like, "I
And
can't
then
hear
he
you.
just turned around and goes, Tony, I can't hear you.
I
And then the
can't hear
crowd
you."
just erupted again. And CM Punk looked like he was just having fun out there.
Yeah,
He looked like he was enjoying himself again, which is great. I mean, and then he went on to say, I don't need that nickname of the voice of the voiceless
because
because
everyone has a
everyone
voice.
here has a voice.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, so that.
And I think the way his promo was, it was him enjoying himself.
You know what his promo was? Everything that's missing from WWE right now.
Yes.
It was from the heart. He didn't
It
need
was
a
unscripted. It was from the
You
heart,
should say this,
and it
this,
was
and
funny,
that.
bro.
Yeah, the guy is hilarious. I
Nah,
still
he
love the
was,
way
man.
I still love the way he comes to the ramp, gets on his knee, and then puts his finger across his hand across. I'm like, this is just like pure nostalgic moment, but absolutely
Yeah, man,
enjoyed that.
definitely.
But I mean,
It was good to watch, man. I mean, to see CM Punk come back is good in itself, but to see him enjoy doing what he loves doing is great because he lost the passion for the business, and that's why he was away from WWE for so long.
I think the best bit I really respect about what you said was he took some time out because of the whole mental health thing, and he said last week he apologizes for anyone that if he may have said something that he didn't mean, but it really shows that he took time to focus on himself, and he seems like he's enjoying being back in the ring, which is great to see.
Yeah, not 100%. It's always good to see a wrestler who wants to come back and enjoy himself in the ring. And he's really enjoying himself, especially with his promos. He's absolutely loving them. I can't wait for All Out, bro. Sunday, September 5th, AEW All Out, CM Punk versus Darby Allin. I can't wait to see CM Punk wrestle again, bro, because he never has a bad match. I don't think any of his matches in WWE were, I wouldn't say they were all amazing or 5 stars, but he didn't have any of those matches where you thought, no, that was really bad. He never had that moment in WWE, in Ring of Honor, anywhere he was. He's never had that moment.
No, I
So
agree.
you always know with CM Punk that you're gonna see a good match.
Yep, true, very true.
But bro, NXT. Just before we finish this, wrap this up, bro. The first 3-time NXT champion, Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine. Now, like I said before, Shaz, I followed Samoa Joe's career from TNA.
Yes.
I've seen quite a lot of his matches from Ring of Honor. He had some great matches in Ring of Honor with CM Punk. He had some with Daniel Bryan. He's had a lot with AJ Styles over in TNA. He's had a lot with Christopher Daniels, Kazarian. He's had brilliant matches everywhere.
I remember his battle with his feud with AJ Styles. I used to watch it back in the day.
Is that TNA? You mean? Sorry.
Yeah, TNA. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Samoa Joe's just a beast, man. And I really enjoyed hearing him in commentary because you could hear the passion in him for wrestling. But seeing him back in the ring at Takeover was brilliant. And seeing him win the title again for the 3rd time in his career, to be the first 3-time NXT champion, that's big news. And I don't think there's going to be a superstar that can beat him for a while. And if Finn Balor was there, maybe Finn Balor would take it from him. But there's not many that can step up. I mean, NXT this week, 3 people tried stepping up to him, I think it were. Pete Dunne, LA Knight, and Kyle O'Reilly all tried stepping up to him. I don't think LA Knight is ready yet for a championship run, especially with the world title, especially with the NXT championship. Pete Dunne, I think he does deserve a title run in NXT. He was an NXT UK champion after Tyler Bate, and he's the one that dropped it to Walter, and Walter's had it ever since.
Yeah.
I do believe he should be NXT champion at some point, but maybe not right now because taking it away from Samoa Joe wouldn't be right now, if you get what I mean. Like they did on Raw with Nikki. They had to cash in the Money in the Bank, and then they had to drop the title to Charlotte SummerSlam, which was quite pathetic anyway in itself.
As always.
But Samoa Joe, I see him being very dominant champion. I see him being one of those carrying cross type of people who beats everyone that they put in front of him. It's great to see Samoa Joe back. I'd love to see him eventually turn up on Raw and have another feud with AJ Styles, because they always put on great matches, and those two are in a list of my favorite wrestlers. In ring work wise, they're brilliant. Promo wise, they're brilliant. I know they had a feud over on SmackDown a while back, I believe. Yeah, they had one a while back, but I want to see it done properly. That wasn't really done that well. I want to see it done properly. I want to see them invest time in it. I want them to bring their history into it, from Ring of Honor, TNA. Not mention the promotions, but bring in things from the past, make it very personal. I know the last one was quite personal because they brought AJ's wife into it and stuff like that, but it was a very short feud. It was just giving Samoa Joe a title shot and then him dropping back down to mid card. I want to see him having a feud, whether there's a title involved or not. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles can put on a great feud and some great matches.
No, I agree.
So I'd love to see that sometime. I'd love to see that maybe sometime next year. Samoa Joe back on Raw, fighting AJ Styles in a feud, a very personal feud. I think it'd be really good. Yeah, man. I don't think there's much else I can really say about Takeover. It's going to be sad to see Adam Cole leave. I mean, that's two members of Undisputed Era that are probably leaving right now. I know Bobby Fish has been released, and the potential for Adam Cole to not re-sign is obviously quite high. So we're going to have Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong left, and Roderick Strong's in another stable already, the Diamond Mine, which I think is quite weird. That whole gimmick with Diamond Mine is just weird to me, because they had Tyler Rust in it, and then they released him along with Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish were about to start a feud. You could see it building up from the tension that they had in Undisputed Era, and now Bobby Fish has gone, and that storyline's just been scrapped. Basically, it's just canned.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just mad. I don't understand how they could do that, man. That's just WWE in it. It doesn't always make sense, bro. It doesn't always make sense. Maybe Bobby Fish asked for his release. I don't know, because I don't think he personally did, because he just came back from injury and he was getting matches on NXT on a weekly basis, getting back into the swing of things, and then WWE released him. It's quite weird, man.
No, that's true.
NXT wise, I don't think there's many stars left on NXT. They've all been moved up. Like Riddle got moved up.
They're waiting for a new batch to come through.
Damian Priest got moved up.
Yeah.
I mean, they have talent, bro. Don't get me wrong, right? You've got Johnny Gargano, who I think his character is really funny right now as a heel. I think it's really funny. Tommaso Ciampa, I think he's brilliant. He's been wasted in that tag team with Timothy Thatcher. That's just a waste, if you ask me. Tommaso Ciampa should be main eventing. He should be going for the title. Him versus Samoa Joe is a potential for a dream match. So that's going to be a great match if that happens.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Ciampa and Gargano fight again. They always have a good match, but I don't think they'll be fighting each other anytime soon, because they had a similar run to what Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole just did. They had like the final match between them. So I don't think they'll be fighting each other very soon. But NXT wise, Austin Theory's been taken off TV. He's not been on TV for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in ages.
Indy is getting married to Dexter Lumis. I have no idea what they're doing with that angle. That type of angle has no place in wrestling, if you ask me. But Johnny Gargano getting involved in that, it's just really funny, man. I love his promos, man. Johnny Gargano. Man, he's brilliant.
I enjoyed that. I like the guy, and he had some decent feuds with a lot of people.
So there's not a lot of talent left on NXT. I think NXT's been very diluted now. They've taken all the talent they can and moved them to Raw and SmackDown over the years, and now there's not much left. Now NXT looks like a development territory, bro. Now it looks like that development territory.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think I'm hoping it picks up, but as they all say, we'll have to cover it in future episodes. But enjoyed NXT Takeover 36.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I watched it Monday night after work. I thought it was brilliant. The matches, like I said, the matches were better than they were on SummerSlam. I always said that these matches will outshine SummerSlam.
Yeah,
and putting SummerSlam on first and then NXT was a good shout, because normally they do NXT and then a pay-per-view for the main roster, and the NXT matches always put a high standard.
Well, they know NXT. They know NXT will always sell because it's the better brand. That's why the reason they put SummerSlam or the WWE main one is because they knew they had overseas viewership.
Exactly. Now, I think WWE are going to carry on with this formula of having pay-per-views on Saturdays, because they've just announced a new pay-per-view on the 1st of January called Day One.
Okay, New Year's Day.
So 1st of January, Saturday, New Year's Day, pay-per-view. The first one WWE ever done on New Year's. And I think that's going to be potential to have some surprises, because it's the first pay-per-view of it, that they're doing. So it'll be good to see that one. We've got a lot of pay-per-views coming before that. What's next? What's next? What's in September? It's not Survivor Series, is it? That's November.
That's November. Let's have a look. Actually,
let's have a look. November. Extreme Rules.
Yeah, Extreme
Rules. So I see this going down this route of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in an Extreme Rules match. That straight off the bat, that's what's going to happen, bro. And Roman Reigns will retain, I think.
You know the drill. When Shaz calls it.
I've got the potential for this. This has got potential to have a lot of twists and turns in it. I think leading up to the pay-per-view, you could maybe have Paul Heyman turn on Roman Reigns and side with Brock Lesnar before the pay-per-view. And then at the pay-per-view, he double crosses Brock Lesnar and sides back with Roman Reigns. I think that will be a really good twist, and that's something different that WWE have never done.
So basically play into his hands and say, look, I'll give
you I think that would be really good, don't you, Shaz?
I think it works. It's something better than what we've seen so far, so I wouldn't put it past them, but we'll have to see if those boys actually pay attention. So if you're watching WWE, Shaz is giving you the storyline, not just shut up and just implement it.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro, definitely. So yeah, we'll definitely, obviously, we'll be bringing back the All Things Wrestling podcast next week. But for now, this is. I don't think there's anything else I can add to NXT Takeover 36, and I don't think Shaz has got anything else to say. So we're going to cut this short, and we'll jump on another video for All Things Football. So we'll be back shortly with that. So if you want to tune in, get ready for that. Go grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a coffee, grab some snacks, and get ready. We'll be back shortly.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, people.